I look like my house is all tilted, but it's not. It's just I have a wee baby in my hands, and life is a little bit crazy, and getting time to film is like wherever I can find it. So, hello, we are here with a end of the month, first of the month update, check-in type of thing. And thank you so much for joining me today and all of this. We have a lot to discuss, so I'm going to jump right in. First of all, we have a vehicle. Yes, it is a 2016 Toyota Sienna with 111,000 miles on it. It is the lowest mileage vehicle I have ever owned. It's like a fancy car. Definitely wiped out the savings and then some. Yeah, that's a story that's not really mine to share. But needless to say, we did not do it on our own. That's about all I can share on that. Alright. But we knew that once we bought the vehicle, savings would be wiped out, and basically you want to restart your emergency fund. And so back in August, I gave a printable as to trying to build up our first $500 towards that emergency fund. Now, many people could do this in a number of ways. If you had the finances to do it, you could just basically write yourself a check at the end of each week, marking off what you could do. Some were like taking on odd jobs to earn it, trying to trim the budget, and do it that way. One of the things that you could do is save all your $5 bills and try to accomplish it that way. There is a number of things that is going to go into the printable that I am going to have for October. So please stay tuned for that. The printable is on the Facebook community page that does have a suggested donation of $5 a month. And that just helps support this channel. Okay, so if you noticed, all of mine are colored in. So after 2 months, I have met the $500 goal. A lot of it does have to do with selling what I have and kind of preparing for a move. And so I wrote down every single thing. Well, I'll be honest, I didn't write down every single thing. I wrote down as much that I could remember for this to kind of keep it trackable, accountable, and kind of give you guys some ideas. What I'm looking at here is a lot of it just is selling extra stuff that I have around the house. There is some membership, Facebook membership cash in here. If I was able to do errands, I did that for people. I had a week where I didn't use my gas at all that week, so I put that budgeted amount into that over there. It was heavy trash day a couple weeks ago, and I was out and about and just kind of looked. I like to do this every trash day. I have actually I got a really nice rocking chair. Sometimes you've seen me in it. It's kind of the rocking chair that's in a lot of my Instagram reels. That was a heavy trash day find. It was perfectly fine, good, not a dent on it kind of a deal, and it's actually what I would consider an antique because it is solid wood, and underneath it has a stamp from like the 19 something. So older, well made, well crafted. But anyway, all that to say, like, I picked up items that I turned around and sold. There was one of those little type cars that I had here and decided that was not going to be a good fit for the kids that I babysit. There's only one. I'm not doing the fighting over it thing. So we sold that. I made $20 on that. There was a little Tykes teeter-totter, very old. It's still in fantastic shape. Sold that for 10 bucks. I'm trying to think of like what else I had that I picked up and then just sold. We had a push mower that I think we found on the heavy trash day, like when we first moved here. We ended up selling that. I had a handmade item, a dress that I made, and I finally sold that, so that was fantastic. Yeah, so anyway, there are pictures of all of this in the Facebook community page. We kind of rolled over, I think you're seeing the babe's face. We rolled over what was left. Oh, I need to mark off another one. Rolled over what was left from this last one into the next one. It was like, oh my, that's going out both ends, child. Let's see. Yep, I sold the seesaw today. I sold some books. I have a lot of book boxes started, and when people are ready to get those shipped off, I will have a lot more coming in. A video that's going to be coming out here shortly is trying to reduce what we have in our house by 50%, and so a lot of what I'm finding here is just kind of stuff to sell for that. So there is that. Let's see, what do we have? Alright, so let's kind of talk about what's going on with paying off the house as much as we can. I shared this. I don't remember if I shared it in a video or also on the Facebook page, but you could basically take your, what you had left, it's called a, I can never say this word right, amortization calculator. Basically what you do is it breaks down your payment number, the payment amount, the interest amount, the principal reduction, and then the main lien balance on your house. And so this is kind of a way for us to keep track of, we don't pay the minimum on our mortgage, we pay a certain set amount, and we also have a 15-year mortgage. I'm really, really glad for that because I'm looking at what housing and there you go, housing and interest rates are, and because of this we are going to be so much ahead in finding something we can afford. So I know you got more in there. I know it, little man. You've got more. So we are basically, we're just on track to finish paying off our house in 7 years, if instead of 15, if I followed this. And so now we still owe about $37,000 left on our house after this last payment. We'll have saved, worked it all out, we'll have saved over $5,000 in interest by doing that in 5 years. I don't know what it would be in 7 years. Okay, and then just a couple more squares colored in, but we're getting there, right? I will have to come back to the one thing that I really wanted to do, and that was to give you a final total of what we paid in groceries this month. I really did not have a plan, and it's rather unfortunate because I really, really wanted to kind of give a accurate what we spent this month, and a lot of it is definitely more than what I was hoping for or expecting. But we're also pretty much, what I bought was a lot of meat that we used at this time and what I could put in the freezer because we were pretty much out except for fish. Okay, alright, so kind of moving forward in terms of finances, my husband is back to part-time work, so this was the first month for that. So my husband, I believe, let's see, the one, yeah, okay. So my husband's average monthly income from his part-time secular job, we're going to call it a secular job, is about $1,800 a month. And then what he gets paid from the church is, oh my goodness, he told me, I don't remember, is it $300 a month or $300 a sermon? Well, at this point, it's no which one because he's only going once a month. So maybe that's why. So on top of the 1815, we have another 300 to budget with this month. Okay, so that leaves me 2100. We have canceled piano lessons just with the move and trying to allocate funds where it's needed right now. That was cut off, and yeah, that was kind of just one of those things that needed to be done, but sure gonna miss that. So we said that he makes about $2,100 a month. I do have cleaning as of right now, but I'm not including that right now. So he has $2,100 a month without groceries, because I do not have a grocery budget as of right now. I just don't have the funds really to put into that yet. And we're going to get back to that in just a second. So outside of all of that, we are going to be spending $1,707 outside of groceries. And so if we were to take that $1,707 plus the $2,100, that leaves me $400 a month for groceries. Now, here's what I personally am doing. I'm going to take that $400 in groceries, and I'm actually going to put it in an envelope, and I'm going to start a sinking fund for that. And I'll get to that here in just a second as to why. And then we have our zero-based budget. Just whacked myself in the head with that. This month, why I'm not using it is this month, we're going to take 1 week at a time. I've been trying to do 1 month, and to be honest, I'm just not in that season where I can really focus that, and I'm really going to do my best to film it for you all. But if we need to leave within 6 weeks, then I need to clean out my freezers. I don't want to have to travel with that. I'm okay with traveling with food, with dry goods and stuff like that, but the majority of what I have, I would prefer not to travel with that, especially when it comes to breakables and freezables or perishables, I guess. So we're going to be working on that. Now, how that grocery fund comes in, I have a lot of ingredients, not necessarily a lot of meals. And so it's going to be kind of a challenge to see what I can do to make meals out of my ingredients using what I have. That isn't just beans and rice. I do have a lot of beans and I do have a lot of rice. But yeah. So, and then the $400, what I'm going to do with that is anything that's a filler that needs to be filled in, great. But the idea is to take September's and October's grocery money, and so that would be about $800 if everything works out great. That would be about $800 that I take to our new place, and of course, new places means that you're doing more convenient meals, just time-wise and whatnot. And I'll probably be doing more of that. But the idea will be to basically rebuild my pantry. Okay, battery time. And that's a great stepping point for this one. Alright, let's wrap this video up so we can get it posted for a Monday video. Okay, so I think I've kind of updated you all with how finances are going to work, trying to live like this, trying to see what I can show. I'm trying to show you like how to live small, how to live simply, using what I have, what I can do. In this video we kind of talked over we couldn't do it on our own for a vehicle, and we had a huge amount of help with that, and even still with that it wiped out our savings as well. I'm gonna have to do it down not the flattering point of view. The grocery amount I shared with you this last month, like we were purchasing meat on a pretty regular basis to keep us going. I did not do as many food pantries or anything like that this month, just because we were a short vehicle, because I have kids, I have little ones in the morning to help a friend out. It means I miss out on that kind of thing. Oh, what else? that kind of played a part into it. Today is already the 10th. This was supposed to go out last week. However, there was a virus on my computer. Well, there was something going on with my computer that needed to be fixed, and I could not do anything on it. So as it is, today is the 10th, and my goal here was to share with you day by day, like how we were eating out of the pantry, how we were trying not to purchase any food, etc., etc. I have family here in town. I had a sister that surprised me, so that was fantastic. Family and things like that. I think there were 2 nights where I was like, we're doing pizza, we're doing something simple. So again, that kind of cut into the budget. These types of things come up periodically, and while savings is wiped out, we had built it up, and it got dipped into with the challenge that I just shared about. The 500 got dipped into. Is it an emergency? No, but we're going to be working. We're going to be continuing to go and do what we can. And in all things, I can be freaking out, and I can be almost in a panic mode about everything. And I do tend to get that way, and it actually can hurt my family more by doing that. There is a lot of stress put on the woman of the home. Some people are going to disagree with me. Some people will agree with me on this, but there is a lot of stress put on the woman of the home because of the saying that says the mother, the wife, the woman puts the atmosphere in the home. So if I'm stressed and running ragged, everybody is. If I have okay, we're going to take one day at a time, we're going to be prayerful about this, I'll give as much of a cheerful attitude as I can, it has a ripple down effect. This is not something that's just biblically, but it's been scientifically proven, put out there. And so it's especially crucial at this time when finances are tight. There has been a lot of things kind of shared on social media that basically kind of validates the pressure we're feeling with, especially like our grocery budgets. Just a simple example was a woman showing her pickup order from like 2020 to today, and the price increase, sometimes even triple, 100%, 110% increase. And so you take that over a period of time, and you can just see like, hey, it's not just a 40-cent increase on one item. It's a 40-cent here. It's $1.20 here. It's a doubled over here. Just over time, your $50 grocery budget is now a $150 grocery budget. Just because of how things are. And we can take this and it's going to stress us out, absolutely, but it's also a great time to really work on seeing what's important in your budget and that attitude thing. I probably talk or have more of a passion about attitude because my mom was very big on me, and it's probably one of the best things that she ever did for me was I had really bad attitude issues, and she did not let it slide at all. Her thing was just, I've said this multiple times, but just because you're miserable doesn't give you the right to make everybody around you miserable as well. And so anytime I have that little in my head, those are always playing. It's like a broken record constantly. But it is that, like, hey, just because things are tough doesn't give you the right to make sure everybody around you knows that it's tough and you get to play the martyr of it. It's actually the strongest thing you can do for your family is to, in all things, give praise, give thanks, and, be cheerful. I did not get any filming done for food. We're going to try it going up in probably this next week, probably the last half of the month. we're going to have to do it that way. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you as soon as I can, and until next time.